What's up, YouTube? Well, I'm making another video. It's the same week. See, that's the wonderful thing about being back in Texas. And while I didn't make one, I don't think yesterday or the day before, the reason is, well, because a number of things have been going on. You know, one of them being, well, I'm learning how to use my telescope, and I think I'm getting better at it. But what's not getting better is that we're having overcast skies, and that can make it very tricky, you know. It's just very frustrating when you know a planet is out there or the moon has risen, which is very frustrating in the waning phase because it rises an hour later every night. And of course, you know, the moon, you see, unlike the sun, basically the moon rises every possible time of day. Like, you know, the moon can rise at any time of the day, depending on where it is, you know, in, like, you know, where it's orbiting the Earth, basically. So, in relation to the Earth. So, you know, wherever the moon is determines how late it rises. So, you know, that could be any time of the day. So it's very frustrating when you have a moon that rises in the middle of the night and is out in the daytime, and you have overcast skies. So you basically just put away the telescope and say, forget it. You know, and it's just very difficult. But I am getting better at taking pictures with it. And what I've learned is that the trick is you have to have a very steady hand, and you have to adjust the light. So I might put some of those pictures of the moon that I took with this telescope on this video. So yeah, I'm just really loving having my telescope, and I wish my dad were more enthusiastic about it, but oh well. You know, it's just like, it just always wanted to have one. I wish I could be like, what, 20, 30 years younger and be discovering my telescope. So anyway, enough about the telescope. I might make additional videos about that. But what I want to talk about today is I want to title this video, Rugrats Made Me Uncomfortable. Okay? And, well, I mean, I've been talking about that basically all last year. And like I say, I really want this to be sort of the end of, you know, me making videos about this subject, because I really do want to move on, okay? I want to move forward as far as, you know, making videos about something different and taking this channel in a different direction. Okay, I don't want it to be like 5 years from now and I'm still making videos about the Rugrats. You know, specifically this one movie, which should say Going Wild instead of Go Wild. Basically, what I want to talk about is how it just made me uncomfortable. And I just get so sick of people replying to my comments. They'll never leave a damn comment on my video, but they will comment, you know, on these other videos, and they will reply to my comments, you know, that I've made on other people's videos about the Rugrats. We're talking about comments that are 6, 9, 12 months or more than a year old, that I've made about the Rugrats and what I've been saying, you know, for the past over a year. So basically, I'm just sick of talking about it. You know, the same thing that I've been saying. And I want to read aloud a comment, or it's my comment, my response to a comment, in case somehow it gets removed. Okay? So this person basically had replied to something I said, and that, you know, basically just what everybody's been saying. Oh, you know, there was an episode about potty training Chucky, so you know Angelica's potty trained. Okay, well, this is my response. Potty training Chucky has nothing to do with Angelica. And I'm not even convinced that he is potty trained just because he peed, parentheses, without moving his shirt out of the way, by the way, in the potty once. Potty trained is when you never have a drop of urine or a molecule of excrement in your pants for any reason. So the only argument against what I'm saying is the fictionality of the characters. Never had they shown us the inside of their underwear to prove them clean. So I am more likely to believe that you are not potty trained than to think they are. No toddler wipes as clean as an adult woman. Notice I didn't say man. And guys who even occasionally have skid marks are also not potty trained. You might as well STFU, and S is for shut, and quit while you're ahead because you sound like an idiot defending this vulgar show and this vile character. And I stand by that 100%. Okay, even if the video is deleted at some point, I still want that to be, out there, and I copied that because it's like so profound, and that is what I believe with every fiber of my being. You can look up any one of those words, and I stand by that. So basically, that's just the way I feel. It's like, the show made me uncomfortable. Period. The end. And all these petty arguments about, oh well, I see her underwear. Well, no, you don't, because like I've said before, this is what underwear looks like. Angelica has never been shown to wear anything like this. Okay, this is underwear. This is what women and girls wear when they're potty trained. Okay, Angelica Pickles has never been seen or proven to wear something like that. So, and neither has Chucky, by the way. He could be wearing cloth training pants. And like I said, pull-ups are not underwear. Cloth training pants are not underwear. Underwear with maxi pads to act like a pull-up are not underwear. Well, they are underwear, but they're basically made into a diaper. Okay, so, this argument that, well, they're potty trained, so they would never crap their pants is bogus, okay? Because for one thing, the definition of potty trained, see, people have a really hard time, defining this. People think, what it means to be potty trained is that you pee in the potty, or you know how to pee in the potty most of the time. You wear underwear. Well, that's not my definition of potty trained, okay? Potty trained, like, it means, well, potty trained means potty perfect, okay? So it means that you are like a 30-year-old woman. And notice I didn't say man, okay? Because some men have never been potty trained and never will be, okay? And all you'd have to do is their laundry to know what I'm talking about. But what I mean by, potty trained, like you have to be, like I said, like a 30-year-old woman, And of course, I don't really care about boys, okay? As far as I'm concerned, most men are never potty trained. They always have brown stripes in their underwear at every stage of their lifespan. But when you're potty trained as a girl, that means that basically, like, you are just so perfect, about using the bathroom that never do you never wet yourself, and you never have any poop whatsoever, not even a microscopic amount. And it also means, like, you can't be in the mama come wipe me stage, or the mama should be wiping them, but of course she can't go to school with them and do it. And that's why I say that it's not just the Rugrats. This extends to other cartoons, like other shows. The bottom line is, you see this cool shirt? I love it. It's so warm and comfy. But, I just like, this is how I like to dress. I like to dress like an adult. I like to wear things that are plain, conservative, and comfortable. And the thing about women is we don't have to wear pictures of other people on our clothing, to make everyone think we're cool, because, that's basically the opposite of cool. But, it's not just Rugrats, okay? Like I've stated before, this extends to the Hey Arnold characters, the Simpsons, the Thornberrys. I'm not even convinced, like, that Eliza is necessarily potty trained, because, what she wears, sure does look like a diaper at times. Like, I'm not even convinced Donnie Thornberry is necessarily potty trained, because, he doesn't talk in a way that people understand him either. So, when you're a potty trained, that means that you're perfect in the bathroom. You never have any excrement whatsoever. No one would ever need to use spray and wash or shout or whatever on your underwear because of poop. So yeah, you only wash your underwear because you were taught that it's sanitary and because you want them to smell fresh. You never have to wash out any poop. So, potty trained, like I say, it means you are perfect in the bathroom. And as far as I know, no Rugrat or Nickelodeon character has ever taken off their underwear and shown us, like, the inside of their underwear. And of course, with Angelica, we've never been told, like if you're so convinced that she wears underwear, what kind of underwear does she wear? Seriously. I mean, there's all different types. But the truth is, you can't prove that because I think she wears a damn diaper. I think if she wore underwear, like, we would have seen them in some way. I think she wears a diaper. I think that everyone but Chucky on Rugrats, among the children, wears a diaper, and that Chucky might be wearing training pants of sorts, and none of that is true underwear. Okay, so it just makes me so mad. These people that are continuing to gaslight me, well into the new year, when I really want to focus on something else. I want to turn my attention to something else that truly makes me happy. That is my New Year's resolution. And I have found other things that make me happy. But it just makes me so mad, this argument that, well, the older three kids wore underwear, even though only Chucky's have ever been seen. And so therefore it's not a vulgar show. Well, no, because even if, like I say, even if that were not the case, even if you could take that out, okay, I would still be offended, by other things like, just the mere fact that they mock patriotic songs. I mean, that is a serious issue with me, and they make fun of our Lord, and Hey Arnold offends me because they literally animated the H-Man. The worst man ever photographed was animated in a Hey Arnold episode. And I don't care what the justifications around it are. You don't freaking animate Hitler and say it's an acceptable show for children. So yeah, it's like, I would still not, they would still be unacceptable, even if you could remove that, even if it were the case that they were potty trained, which I'm not convinced because, like I say, they've never demonstrated that. And by the way, Chucky peeing on the potty, well, he probably had a wet shirt tail because he didn't move it out the way. You can see that if you pause it. Okay, his shirt is under his butt as he's peeing, so he probably had some urine on it. But of course the fictionality of the characters is the only argument against it. The fact that they're not a real person. Okay, so here we are arguing about, characters that don't actually exist. Okay, so, they'd still be unacceptable. Like I say, I still would not want to advertise them on my clothing. I saw some, like, Rugrat pajamas, and I'm like, who would actually wear that? I told my mom, I'm like, what idiot actually wears that as an adult? I don't want to pay them so that I can advertise their stupid, disgusting show. And that goes for, like I say, not only Rugrats, but the other shows and, The Simpsons and other, it's not like just Rugrats, including but not limited to Rugrats, basically. So yeah, Angelica does not wear real underwear. And you'll never convince me, that in this scene that I'm obsessed with in this movie, that she was not dropping a big old load of stinky in her pants in the submarine. Okay? You'll never convince me that because, that is what I saw and that is what I heard, and no one will ever gaslight me. She's pooping in her pants, whatever she wears. So yeah, it's like basically, the other thing I want to end with is some show and tell, which I know, you might think this is silly, but this is a doll, okay? This is an example of a more wholesome type representation of a fictional child, okay? You see this doll, this is like a kidcore Bratz doll, and I love her because, well, her eyes have literal hearts. You see, that's just so much more beautiful than this stupid show where no one has an eye color. You see, at least she has pretty eyes, okay? And in those eyes are little hearts. I don't know if you can see that. But I put her in this heart dress, and I think she looks so cute for Valentine's. So, I could have waited a few days later, to put her on a video, but I just thought she was so cute. And so underneath her dress, you see this? This is a pair of panties, okay? You see how thin they are and lacy? Well, never once has Angelica been shown to wear something, that is a pair of panties but could not have a diaper inside. Okay, so unless and until you can show me, the inside, not the outside, don't just show me, oh, that's a pair of panties, because how do you know? How do you know, like, supposedly with her ballet uniform or her cheerleading uniform or whatever, how do you know that's not like a bathing suit? You know what I'm saying? Like a one-piece bathing suit You know, because it might not be panties, it might be part of the costume, and inside of it she could have a big puffy white diaper. Okay, even if they showed her like wearing panties, you know, she could have a diaper inside of them, damn it. I mean, boys don't understand that, but girls can actually wear diaper covers, and they do because they wear dresses. So, you know, just because a little girl is seen in panties, well, in a cartoon, I mean, in real life, you could see, you know, whether it's puffy or not. But, I mean, when you see a cartoon girl, you know, wearing frilly panties, that doesn't mean she couldn't have a diaper inside of it. So, unless and until you can show some scene where she's pulling down her pants to prove that they don't have leak guards and that there's no poop inside of them, I will not be convinced that she was ever potty trained.